Hi everyone! Welcome back to Peony Lore, where we help you to find the beauty in all things. It's going to be fabulous. We're going to talk about February. I'm coming to you here on the 30th of January, the first day of Mercury retrograde. Oh no, Mr. Bill! People don't need to really get twisted when it comes to Mercury retrograde, because really it's the universe's way of trying to help provide us. Ooh, I'm super shiny with my glasses on. It's the universe's way of trying to slow things down naturally. So communication is going to be affected. It just is. Travel could be a challenge for some people. Technology can be a challenge for people, making sure that things are backed up, especially if you have an electric engine type of a car. You're going to want to make sure that you are being really diligent about those things. In general, it's not a time to sign contracts. It's not. It's time to like really go in and reflect. It's time to go in and refresh. It's time to go in and revive your own personal soul, your own personal space. Revitalize yourself. That's an important key. So if the universe is going to force you to slow down because communication could potentially be challenging, then, why wouldn't you take an opportunity to do that, right? Okay. So we're going to do each individual sign in the traditional fashion this particular month, because there's a lot of information. Spirit wanted me to do each individual sign. And each individual sign is going to be done for the first time in a long time with my actual angel tarot deck. We're going to use the psychic tarot deck to clarify any card that they pull out that needs to come through. But otherwise, there's going to be one row for every single week. And then every single week is going to have a different oracle that's assigned to it. Okay. So you're going to have a lot of cards on the table, and we're going to take our time with each of the different signs, probably about 30 minutes or so for each sign. If the information isn't really resonating with you, if you click on your traditional sun sign, please make sure that you take a look at your rising, ascendant, and or your moon sign. So I want to go ahead and go through the calendar of the big details that are coming up here, which is why I felt the need to actually do this portion again for the month, because there's a lot of heavy energies in certain areas, and there are certain signs that I'm going to call out. Again, if you know your natal chart, you know your sun, your moon, your rising, you know where different points are for you personally. This may have a little bit more meaning. Don't worry about it if you don't have that level of knowledge. We're going to try to bring it down for each of the different signs that we do for each of the weeks. We'll try to make it pretty soft and easily digestible to the best of our ability. But I do need to put my old lady glasses on here just to read the notes that I put out here, okay? So I'm not ignoring you. Let me just go ahead and get into it. So obviously we're coming off of the big full moon here that we had on the 28th of the month, the big wolf moon. Hopefully you had an opportunity to manifest and do some things that you needed to do with those energies. But if you didn't, you'll have another opportunity at the end of the month, because there's another full moon, okay? So Mercury retrograde starting today, actually, all right? On the 1st, Venus is going to go and travel into the sign of Aquarius. You should know that. It's kind of a big thing. I'm kind of feeling like the love fest kind of a situation in a way. On the 2nd, we travel into Imbolc. So blessed be to all my sisters that are out there, okay? Groundhog's Day for a lot of other people. Where's the winter going to be in your area? It's going to be what it is. But let's see what Punxsutawney Phil wants to tell us, right? On the 3rd, I really want to call this out for Libra. And anyone that has Pluto in their chart, Scorpios, you need to be paying attention to this. Around the 3rd, let's just kind of see what happens within that first week for you guys. In general, for people that are going to be here on the 4th, it's to review any projects that are started on your list, but you haven't really dove into. And that's because the moon is going to square Mercury. Okay, so you need to be thinking about the emotional aspect of kind of where things are for you. Again, this is going to be meaningful for lots of people in lots of different ways. But for the most part, people just kind of need to review the ongoing projects, okay? You're working on a proposal for business, or you're putting a plan together for financial support for some loan, or research for scholastic types of things. This is the time to really kind of go in and review the details that you need to have for that particular project for yourself. We're going to go ahead and skip down to the 8th. Another big opportunity for people to recognize is that Mercury, which is already in retrograde, right, is going to be conjunct with the Sun in Aquarius. Those are that's another big energetic point there on the 8th. Skip down a couple days till we get to the 11th. Now we're going into the new moon in Aquarius. Okay, so new moon wishes. What is it that you would like to bring forth, right? And then you need to start taking action on whatever project you have. You need to start chipping things off the block. You need to start making sure that you're crossing things off your list. We go into the Lunar New Year on the 12th, which is the year of the ox. So, all right. A lot of energy momentum with this 5-year, especially with the ox, as it kind of merges together with change. It's good change. How do you embrace that change? And you think about the ox, you think about, earthen energies, right? What are your physical needs? What are the things that you need to have within your family group? What are the physical, tangible things that you can touch? And really embracing your opportunity to really sow those seeds, basically, okay? So another invitation just to kind of slow down a little bit and put some emphasis on those things that you really want to grow for yourself. Now, Gemini, Aquarius, Venus, Jupiter, Neptune, wherever you happen to fall within those particular parts of the chart, the 13th and the 14th, okay? And I'm really going to call out Scorpios and Virgos on these particular days. There's a lot of stuff that's going on around this 13th, 14th, Valentine's Day. We have the moon and Pisces in sextile. That's the best word. Sextile with Pluto and Capricorn. Okay? And then Aries is conjunct Chiron. So if you know anything about your Chiron, and where we're at with Aries and your Chiron in your particular chart, you really should maybe want to get down on that. That's lessons that you really are here to learn galactically. So there's that. Then we hit President's Day on the 15th. Again, strong sign in Aries. Okay, a lot of Aries momentum here. On the 16th, we go into Fat Tuesday and Mardi Gras, and the moon squares Pluto. All right. On the 17th, we have Ash Wednesday. So hope that your celebration goes well for those of you that participate in that activity. Okay. On the 18th, we have the sun in Pisces. Yeah. So finish the thing. Like, put the end point on that proposal. Put the end point on that paper. Put that end point on that research. You should now be ready to have your presentation of whatever it is in whatever form ready to go, okay, and as far as the universe is concerned, so that you can turn it around, because Mercury's going to start to go direct from its retrograde status on the 20th. It's going to take it within its shadow period till about the 26th in order to be completely fresh and clear. But by the end of the month, you should be ready to carry something forward into a new space. So the next big thing, obviously, when Mercury starts to go direct on the 20th, like I said, is it's going to go into its trajectory. It's still going to be a little shaky for some people when it comes to communication. It's still going to be shaky for little people when it comes to, what your travel plans are supposed to be, or, those different types of statuses. Just be aware of it. It's going to start the forward momentum, however, okay? Then we're going to skip to the 26th, which I think is pretty interesting. This last, this last big push that we have the end of the month, Purim begins. So for all of my other brethren that are out there, I hope that your festival goes off very, very well. Okay. Then we have the full moon on the 27th of the month, which is in opposition to Virgo. So again, you got to really be paying attention if you've got Virgo in your chart anywhere. If you're a Virgo moon, you need to be all up in this reading, okay? when it comes to your section. So then the last day of the month is the grand trine that we have here, and the planets are Pluto in Capricorn, Mars in Taurus, and then Venus in Aries. So that's a lot of opportunity to have learned lessons, cleared karma, as some people would like to think about it. But really it's about, did you do the work? So I'm talking to you, Starseed. I'm talking to you, Light Worker. I'm talking to you, Energy Worker. Did you do the work internally that was necessary during this Mercury retrograde period where you're asked to go in a little bit so that you could be in, a better position to do the next piece of work that you're supposed to be able to do? We're going to circle it back. Mercury retrograde is not bad, period. It's just an opportunity to really kind of slow down. Right any wrongs, really take advantage of understanding where you can fine-tune, right? Fine-tune yourself. Fine-tune the different things that you can while you're actually doing that slow down period. So again, there really isn't anything that's overly scary about it. It's about, you're going to get out of it the amount of work that you put into it. That's like the Six of Pentacles, right? That balance, that temperance opportunity. You're going to get out of it what you put into it. And hopefully it comes off very, very well. So again, not meant to be overly astro heavy for people, but it is important for those individuals that are really understanding that the snapshot in time, which is what you're given for those 30 days, that snapshot in time, you do have an opportunity to get, like I said, a quick picture of what's going to happen as it's presented to me. And then you, with your free will, have the opportunity to make adjustments and changes to anything that you find maybe not so sexy in that particular week. You have the capability of doing some things in advance of it to try to help change the trajectory. It's a free will planet. So when it comes to relationships or those different types of things, you're not going to be able to change other people's minds. You should always be really, how can you take that energy of this 5-year, this change that's going to happen? What can you do with that momentum? What can you do with that energy? But this is a place of having fun. I love doing this, and I want to say a quick shout out and thank you to all of the individuals that have reached out to me for personal one-to-one readings. I really enjoy doing that. I get a lot of joy from helping people get directly connected. I am very much enjoying being a divine channel for people and, stepping out of the way and letting people come in that need to say what they need to say for people's best and highest good. So having said all of that, I am going to turn the camera so I can face the table and we can look at the cards. I will go ahead and do ceremony off camera, and we'll go ahead and get into the readings. This February is going to be great. It really is. There's a lot of stuff that's happening, but there's always a lot of stuff that's happening. It's just like it's kind of piled in all at once. And so we're just going to take our time and we're going to get through the different pieces. So we will see you in just a few minutes. Bye for now.